gentlemen, welcome to week 130. We're going to kick things off. You fucked that one up. We're going to kick things off with what might be the most colorful edition of the indie news we've ever had.
Probably.
I mean, you got blue and yellow over there. You got orange, purple, and pink over here. You got blue and green in the middle.
Yeah, I'm going to be real, though. Mine kind of go together, though, because you can't spell macho without ACH.
Hey.
And in that order.
There. Because you'd just be Mo.
Then I'd be part of Men on a Mission.
Yep. You'd be the one with orange and purple on. Like gold and purple.
Yeah.
Lakers colors.
Boo.
Oh, shade on the Lakers.
I don't really give a shit about basketball. Because we're here to talk about wrestling, motherfuckers.
Hell yeah, independent wrestling.
Got more of those wrestling finales going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, I think you're going to kick things off because something that sounds a lot like finale is final, and you had Ring of Honor's Final Battle.
I did.
That was a segue. Like, vroom, motherfucker.
I don't think segways vroom. They have like a mechanical word. But anyway, yeah. So I'm going to be doing a weird combination here because we just finished watching Ring of Honor TV that happened after Final Battle.
But taped before.
A lot of the stuff kind of led into Final Battle. So I'm going to be talking about...
I mean, this was taped like probably a week before.
But usually they do a good job of doing stuff that doesn't really like entail what happened there. Or talking about stuff that happened prior to the show. It was weird. So I'll just kind of give you a little rundown here. The first match at Final Battle we had was a 6-man tag team match where the Rebellion, formerly known as the Cabinet, that being Kenny King, Rhett Titus, and Caprice Coleman, they defeated the trio of Donovan Dijak and the Motor City Machine Guns. Now, the match was good. We had a trio of finishes on Alex Shelley for the finish. But the reason this is kind of weird is because on Ring of Honor TV, we had Donovan Dijak still trying to be heel, and then they talked about how the Rebellion attacked the Motor City Machine Guns and Donovan Dijak to set up this match. And so, from what I've gathered, is Donovan Dijak has actually, like, at this point, completely removed himself from Prince Nana, because he keeps doing things against Prince Nana's will or whatever. So, he's kind of face, and then we had Donovan Dijak do a thing with Joey Daddiego on ROH TV. It's a weird up and down thing we got going on here. So.
This is an issue. What happens when you do a lot of pre-tapes?
Yeah, things get lost in the shuffle. But yeah, no. First match was good. It wasn't originally announced for the show, but it was a decent match. We had Silas Young actually defeat Jushin Thunder Liger. Interesting note for this is, you know, you talked about it while we were talking about the Survivor Series weekend shows, that you said that the 10 chants would continue. Well, they did, because during a 10 punch, there were 10 chants every single time Silas Young threw a punch. But yeah, Silas Young ended up.
He might be the last real 10 in professional wrestling.
Oh shit! I see what you did there. But yeah, Silas Young ended up picking up the win after Beer City Bruiser caused a distraction. Liger went for a dive, ended up getting the knees of Silas Young. Silas Young hits Misery and picks up the win over the Lucha Legend. Then we had the grudge match, Dalton Castle versus Colt Cabana. Oh my god, the entrance of all entrances for Dalton Castle. He came out with about 6 boys on a chariot that was pulled by 2 boys.
So those 8 total?
Yeah. The twins that are usually out there with him, but there was like 6 other like big beefy dudes all dressed up like boys. 2 of them pulling a chariot with Dalton Castle on it. Fucking fantastic. Yeah.
Well, if there's any way Dalton Castle will be arriving to a final battle,
it'll be fantastically in a chariot pulled by boys. But yeah, no, this was a fun match. Him and Colt Cabana have really good chemistry. But Dalton Castle ends up defeating Colt Cabana. Colt Cabana evades the first attempt at Bangarang, but can avoid the second. Dalton Castle picking up the win. trying to think if any of this other stuff kind of goes into the TV stuff. Not really. Yeah, not really. All right. So then we went into our first real big, important match of Final Battle. We had the debut of Cody Rhodes taking on Jay Lethal. If you guys remember, when Cody Rhodes initially left WWE, he had his list. This match apparently was kind of spawned off of that because one name that was not on the list was Jay Lethal.
Huh.
There were a lot of Ring of Honor names, but Jay Lethal was not one of them. So Jay Lethal actually came out with a jacket, and on the back it had a list of his own, and it was the wrestlers that people tout so much that he's actually beaten, and there were checks next to the names of Kurt Angle, Ric Flair, Del Rio, Jay Briscoe, and there was an empty spot next to Cody's name. So, looking to check off that last box. Then we had a really interesting thing. Before the match even started, the Addiction came out and put over both of them. Christopher Daniels kind of ran most of it and said, he was glad to see Cody in Ring of Honor, and now that he's in Ring of Honor, he's got to prove himself against guys like Jay Lethal, like Kazarian, like Christopher Daniels, some of the best wrestlers in the world, and he looked forward to seeing what these two could do, and so him and Kazarian went up and they were on commentary for the match. And of course,
a little out of character.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird role that the Addiction have now in Ring of Honor, but Jay Lethal and Cody Rhodes have an amazing match. A spot that I thought was really cool. Jay Lethal actually turned a torture rack into a rolling senton, and then locked in a crossface right out of it, which was pretty cool. Then we got to a point where Jay was trying to go for lethal injection. Ends up kind of getting shoved into Todd Sinclair, and then as Jay Lethal turns around, he gets dropped down and then kicked back up, and his head goes into the face of Todd Sinclair. So Todd Sinclair gets kind of backed into the corner, and then as they're standing there, Cody takes the low road, hits a low blow on Jay Lethal, and then hits Crossroads for the win. The crowd immediately turns on Cody Rhodes. They are not having it with this. But on his way out, Kazarian and Daniels actually come down to ask him what the hell that was. Try and get him out of ringside. But while he's out there, he flips the timekeeper's table, grabs a cup of water from one of the crowd members and throws it at Todd Sinclair. Then goes up and shoves Steve Corino, who's at commentary. So Cody Rhodes making quite the first impression in Ring of Honor.
Heel AF.
Yeah, no, he was not fucking around with this one. Then we had our first ever 6-man tag title match. The Kingdom taking on Lio Rush, Jay White, and Kushida. We talked about how ACH has been kind of running this whole thing, and then Lio Rush finally took his spot back now that he's cleared. This match was all right. I'm still not totally sold on this new Kingdom. I'm trying to get behind them. They did have a really awesome spot where Jay White was trying to go for some move on the top rope, and then we had Marcellia actually came up and through the second rope put a Boston Crab on Jay Lethal while he's standing on the top rope. Yeah. Shit. Why did I say Jay Lethal? On Jay White. There's too many J's. Too many of them. On Jay White. So while he's got the Boston Crab, Kushida jumps up on the top rope, puts a Kimura on Tony Marcellia, and then while Kushida is doing that, we had Matt Taven ends up going and does a superplex to Kushida off of the top rope, and then from there, Lio Rush, Marcellia ends up getting knocked off. Lio Rush does a splash onto him, and he ends up rolling over and gets an elbow drop from TK O'Ryan, and it's just fucking chaos at this point. But eventually, chaos kind of settles down. We get Taven and Lio Rush are the only ones in the ring. The referee gets knocked down, or is getting distracted by all these things that are going on. And then Matt Taven has this new stick that he comes out to the ring with, and that ends up getting used a couple times. Leo Rush ends up getting bashed in the face with it, and then the Kingdom hits their double zigzag powerbomb, which they call the Resolution, and the Kingdom are your first ever 6-man tag team champions.
Yeah, thy kingdom come.
Yeah. Is that right?
Doing this because there's not 4 of them.
Good call.
This current incarnation of the kingdom.
Yeah. I don't know. If you count Matt Taven and his ego, there'd be 4 of them.
Oh, wait, no.
Or they have the stick. There is a 4th member of the kingdom. It's the stick.
You know what? I'll be 100% sold on them once I get a hot chick.
Yeah. Good luck finding someone that can match Maria, though.
I didn't say they had to match Maria.
Just a hot chick in general.
Yeah, hot chick in general.
Alright, that's fine.
What's Taylor Hendricks doing these days?
She is actually losing her fucking mind.
Yeah, I know. You watch some YouTube videos?
Yeah, they're a little bizarre. She's crazy.
Daphne did it first.
Speaking of which, we actually have a Women of Honor next week, so we might see her get involved because we have Mandy Leon in one of those matches. So we'll talk more about that in a second. So then we had the TV title match. Unfortunately, the former champion Bobby Fish was unable to make it to Final Battle because his mother passed away. So our condolences to Bobby Fish. So he wasn't there, so it ended up just being a triple threat between Dragon Lee, Marty Scurll, and Will Ospreay. And holy shit, if there's one match that you watch from this show, make sure it's this one. Because it was fucking unbelievably difficult to find a spot that I thought was the coolest. But one that I just thought was really fucking athletic, because I really like Will Ospreay, is Dragon Lee went for that hurdle Kanrana and fucking whipped Will Ospreay off of the apron, but Will Ospreay still landed on his goddamn feet. Because he's amazing. But then in the end, we had Dragon Lee ends up getting hit with a springboard cutter from Ospreay. Then Scurll gets in, grabs Ospreay, tosses him out, locks in the chicken wing on Dragon Lee, makes him tap out, and Marty Scurll is still your ROH TV champion.
It's good to be a villain.
Yeah, it works, man. And all 3 of these guys were just over AF, man. Well, the crowd was going nuts for this match.
And Ring of Honor right now, they've got a good thing going with these triple threat matches.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, remember, like, the last pay-per-view, freaking the Ladder Warfare triple threat being, like, the highlight match of the show. Yep. This one being kind of a show-stealer triple threat. Yeah. Yeah, no, the Ring of Honor triple threats are what people's talking about these days.
Yeah, it was damn good.
Was it that damn good?
It was pretty close to that damn good. Maybe even better. We may have another potential triple threat on our hands after what happened in our ROH Tag Team title match where the Young Bucks were defending against the Briscoes. Briscoes looking to take their 9th tag team titles.
Keyword trying.
Just amazing back and forth. These teams know each other so well. You've got the physicality of the Briscoes, and then you have the just athletic nature of the Young Bucks. A perfect match between the two. Tons of super kicks, and usually Steve Corino yells super kick every time it happens. The entire crowd did it for Steve Corino every single time there was a super kick thrown in this match. They were at the Hammerstein Ballroom, by the way.
Well, yeah.
So, So yeah, it was just super loud. It was absolutely hilarious, especially at the end because Matt Jackson kicked out of every single finisher that the Briscoes threw at him. He got hit with a J Driller and Froggy Bow, kicked out of that, kicked out of the Doomsday Device. There was nothing keeping down Matt Jackson. So then eventually they hit the Melcher Driver on Mark, and he kicks out. The Briscoes are freaking out. The Bucks are freaking out. So the Briscoes get up to their knees, and then we have the Young Bucks deliver 3 like super kick, back up, super kick, back up, super kick, and after the 3rd one, both the Briscoes spit at the Young Bucks and tell them to come on, give us all you got. Then they proceed to hit 10 rapid fire super kicks on the Briscoes, dropping the Briscoes. Finally, the Young Bucks retain the ROH Tag Team titles. The crowd is losing their fucking mind. Then the lights go out.
And The Undertaker shows up.
Close. Not really. The Tron, which is just like this big LED screen on the back, lights up, and none other than Broken Matt Hardy is on the Tron, saying that both the Briscoes and the Young Bucks claim to be the greatest tag teams in the world, but him and Brother Nero are the greatest team in all of space and time. And if they have to prove it by going to Ring of Honor, they will delete them and render them all obsolete. The Broken fucking Hardys are going to be in Ring of Honor.
Yep.
Holy fucking shit.
They're everywhere. You can't go a fucking place without being touched by some sort of broken brilliance.
Yeah, no, there's no escaping the broken brilliance at this point.
Broken Matt Hardy. Even available for birthday parties.
Yeah, he did. There was actually a whole birthday thing leading up to the final deletion. Okay. But then we had our main event, which was Kyle O'Reilly looking...
I'm going to pop when Broken Matt Hardy as a mystery entered the Rumble.
I would actually pop for that. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Final battle, the final battle between Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole defending the ROH World title. This match at the beginning officially announced as no DQ. This was not originally announced. So, start of the match.
They had to figure out some other way to get the crowd even more into the match after the last one, so...
Yeah, pretty much what it was. It was like... and it was another way for Adam Cole to really, like, try and throw everything he possibly can at Kyle O'Reilly. Because I didn't realize this until after the match, but the only Bullet Club members that were at Ring of Honor were the Young Bucks, who had already had a match with the Briscoes. All the other members of the Bullet Club are in New Japan. Because they're all in the World Tag League. So Cole needed fucking everything he possibly could, and they hit the gamut of hardcore. They used trash cans. They used a chair. We had Adam Cole bust Kyle O'Reilly open with the belt. Then Adam Cole ends up getting like in a guillotine on the apron, and that falls into a DDT onto Cole through one of the tables on the outside. That busts Cole open. They're ruining each other at this point. And then once
victimizing each other.
Well, no. Once we get back into the ring, Adam Cole decides, well, fuck this. I'm gonna take this to a different level now. Kyle O'Reilly actually brought in the chain that he actually beat Adam Cole with a few months ago and was trying to use that. Adam Cole goes out and gets thumbtacks. Thumbtacks are everywhere in the ring at this point. Kyle O'Reilly ends up trying to put a triangle choke on Adam Cole. Adam Cole picks him up and power bombs him into the thumbtacks. And then he tries to get up and hit the Florida Keys, but instead Kyle O'Reilly actually hits a brain buster in the thumbtacks, rolls over into an arm bar. Kyle O'Reilly is having difficulty trying to get the arms broken, ends up just dropping his calf on Adam Cole's face about 4 or 5 times. Adam Cole has no other choice but to let go, gets put in the arm bar. Kyle O'Reilly is your new ROH World Champion. Adam Cole could not defeat him this time, could not keep the title away because Kyle O'Reilly ain't just ain't gonna stop, man. He's a beast.
Yes.
So, to finish this up, we'll talk about the other few things that happened at Ring of Honor TV real quick. The Tempura Boys defeated Cheeseburger and Will Ferrara in a tag team match. This is actually what led into Dijak versus Daddiego, because Daddiego is apparently training Ferrara and Cheeseburger, and Dijak was attacking Ferrara and Cheeseburger. So then Dijak...
Every time I just hear Daddiego, I just think of like a family of Eggo waffles. And that's the big one.
I get the Carmen Sandiego theme.
Oh, where in the world is Joey Daddiego?
Joey Daddiego. Yeah, no, that gets stuck in my head. So, yeah, Yeah, so then Prince Nana actually ends up helping Dijak win by crotching Diego on the top and says, "Oh, that's how you win a match," and then walks away. So that's what's leading into that thing. We had Whitmer and Martinez taking on War Machine, which ended up just being a fucking physical brawl that went to a no contest. And then after Hansen gets taken down, Rowe gets chokeslammed through tables at ringside. They end like Sullivan goes on this weird rant on Hansen.
Yeah.
Saying that when he debuted, he was Steve Corino, or he tried to be Steve Corino, but then that was just them calling out Steve Corino.
Crowd got lost.
Steve Corino came out.
And Corino got lost.
Yeah, Corino comes out, Whitmer,
I was lost.
Martinez, and Sullivan leave, and then we just have a really awkward stare down between Hansen and Corino.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened there? And then in the main event, we had an 8-man tag team match where Jay White, Leo Rush, and the Motor City Machine Guns defeated the Briscoes, Jay Lethal, and Silas Young. Jay White.
Oh, all the Jays were in this match.
Yeah, all the Jays in one match. But
that's why they changed Jay Diesel to Joey Diego.
Probably
because they didn't want 4 fucking Jays in one company.
His was the only one that was an initial though. All the other ones were like the full like Jay, Jey. I don't know if there's a different spelling, but yeah. Jay White ended up hitting a Michinoku driver on Mark Briscoe and picking up the win for his team.
Blue Thunder Bomb.
Yes. But yeah, next week's going to be Women of Honor. All Women of Honor next week. We got Mandy Leon taking on Jessica Havoc. We have Candice LeRae taking on Deonna Purrazzo. And Kelly Klein versus ODB.
Yeah, Kelly Klein's still undefeated on ROH.
She's a beast and she's amazing because I met her. She's cool.
Like, that's what makes her amazing.
Yeah.
Because I met her.
I haven't met any
I also met her, too.
Yeah.
More than he did.
You worked with her.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But that's it for Ring of Honor. Let's find out what happened over, actually, on the same coast.
No.
Oh, no, we're going to the Midwest.
We're going to the Midwest. We're going to the Logan Square Auditorium in Chicago, Illinois, for the season finale of
Chikara.
Yeah.
Temple of Doom.
Part 1 of the season finale doubleheader on Saturday. Temple of Doom, not O of. Temple of Doom.
They should call it Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom. Shrine of the Silver Monkey. Legend of the Hidden Temple reference. Sorry. We had Juke Joint Lucas Calhoun defeat Drew Gulak.
What?
We had Team Big Deal, a.k.a. The Big Deal, and the Closers thoroughly defeat the Submission Squad in trios action.
Yeah, Pierre Abernathy actually had, like,
he's got
red on his face, man.
Boot print.
Check out his Twitter.
Cornelius Crumbles and Sonny Defarge stopped Des Pelleton from gaining 3 points towards championship contention.
Alright.
Then we had the official retirement of Soldier Ant.
Yeah.
Who is now antenna-less. And,
had to walk out on a cane.
sad to see him go. Glad we had one more like good reincarnation of the original colony.
Yeah.
For King of Trios this year.
Well, one last hurrah for the colony.
Yeah. Then we had Solo Darling defeat Max Smashmaster.
Yeah.
Los Ice Creams.
Yeah.
Defeated the Crustacean Connection.
Yeah. Go Los Ice Creams.
And in the Lucha de Apuestas, first time in quite a while that they've had a mask versus mask in a Chikara ring, Frightmare defeated Amasis.
I'm not okay with this.
I'm interested to see if Amasis is going to stick around.
Yeah, I had that thought too. It's like, you know, the whole idea behind the mask is like, if you get unmasked, it's like, it's degrading, and you kind of like you don't really go back after that. At least that's kind of like the running theme in it is like you've kind of been humiliated to the like the ultimate point, and so you really don't go back. But I mean, I guess Amasis could just go back. He apologized to Ophidian, and they left the mask in the ring, and that's what kind of ended the show. But yeah, I don't know. It upsets me because the Osirian Portal are my boys in Chikara. So.
And just for the clarification, Dustin, it's not Rich Swann.
Yeah. He was probably really confused.
Watch the Dustin Chuck Taylor 24-hour hardcore thing from way back in the day.
Yeah, he was probably really confused when the mask got pulled off, too.
To learn what I'm referencing. Alright, in between those shows, I'm going to talk about Surprise! House of Hardcore 21 from Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
With Bull James defeat Kevin Thorne. Matt Stryker defeated Connor Braxton. Speaking of repeating of last names, Mr. Anderson defeated the Sadist.
Likes pain, bro.
Colt Cabana defeated Danny Duggan. No relation to Hacksaw Jim.
Are you sure?
Probably.
I don't think you're 100% sure on that.
If he is related, he's probably not admitting it. M-Dog 20, Matt Cross defeated Tony Nese. Tommy Dreamer and Mickey James defeated Angelina Love and Aiden O'Shea. Sammy Callahan defeated Hardcore Bob Holly.
Made him tap out, by the way.
Shiza.
Yeah.
And in the main event, there was a cage match. It was Abyss and some dude versus Al Snow and some other dude, and they'll host a wrestling talk show podcast thing.
Yeah, it was Damian Nelson and David Hero from the Pro Wrestling Report.
I don't know who won.
Yeah, no, there were a lot of people that had issues with this match. The cage took 45 minutes to put up, and the only notable thing about this match is that during the match, the Sandman came out.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Into a Slim Jim.
So.
We don't even know who won.
Yeah, no, like everyone was just kind of more pissed off at the match that they didn't actually post who won. So if you know who won, please post in the comments. So
if we find out by the time we put this up,
yeah,
the winner's names will be right here.
Ta-da!
If not, it'll just be fucking
just us doing
this.
Anyway,
yeah, I would think I would be gypped a little bit going to a House of Hardcore show and the main event has like two not wrestlers in it.
Well, I mean, you had Al Snow and Abyss though.
Yeah. Still.
I'd be alright with Al Snow and Abyss. Granted, I've never seen either of those guys wrestle before, so. But regardless.
Yes. Alright.
Let's go back to Chikara!
In Chicago! Logan Square Auditorium.
Part 2 for Chikara Supremacy!
Supremacy, the finale.
Of season 16.
Of the year.
Lots of stuff happened in this one.
Yeah, like no bullet ant.
Yeah, apparently he had some family emergency. I'm trying to think, maybe is he related to Bobby Fish somehow?
Maybe he is Bobby Fish in a mask.
I was trying apparently Bobby Fish is like 40 years old though.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
But so he was not able to team with Silver Ant. Instead,
neither was Joel Madden or John Cusack.
I would have popped for John Cusack. But it was Space Monkey.
Sure.
Because
this is where you get the Silver Monkey.
Yeah, the Shrine of the Silver Monkey. It's a Legend of the Hidden Temple team. They defeated Juan Francisco de Coronado and Juan-E, a.k.a. Juan-E.
Yeah. It's Juan-E.
Yeah.
Juan-E.
Then we had Jeremy Leary defeat Officer Warren Barksdale. Chuck Taylor, trademark, and Dustin defeated NRG.
No. Say it by their tag team name.
At least the way it was described as we found it was the Fightin' Taylor Boys.
Goddamn right it was.
Defeated, and there's a win over the former Camioneros.
Yeah, a lot of issues between Race and Hype.
Yeah, they are not feeling it.
No.
As a team anymore.
Once they lost...
A lot of miscommunications.
Once they lost the tag titles, they've just been kind of on a down.
I was actually thinking about it earlier today, and I was like, Mustache Mountain's been absent since King of Trios.
Well...
And then the Camioneros.
Tyler Bate was doing stuff in Attack, so...
Yeah.
So maybe... maybe they got other stuff going on.
Lucky for them, no other team has amassed 3 points yet.
It's true.
And then we had the main event of the evening, the 8 against 8 Cybernetico, Chikara's Greatest Heroes, Dasher Hatfield, Oleg the Usurper, Fire Ant, Ophidian, Heidi Loveless, Kimberly, the Thunder Frog, and Missile Assault Man versus Hollow Wicked and the Hexed Men, Jigsaw, Frightmare, Oberyn, Kodama, Kobold, Mark Angelicetti, and Icarus.
Yes. With Nazmantis at ringside.
And boy oh boy, it took a half hour plus before the first elimination happened.
And the match itself was over an hour long.
Yeah, it was nearly 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Hollow Wicked eliminated Oleg the Usurper first. Next up, Ophidian eliminated Frightmare. A little retribution, per se.
Yeah, he was. From what I read, he was like gung ho about getting back at Frightmare for what he did to Amasis.
Yeah. Then Kodama would eliminate the Thunder Frog. Mark Angelicetti would defeat Heidi Loveless, and Icarus would eliminate Kimberly, putting Dasher's squad at a very big disadvantage.
Yeah.
Until Fire Ant came in and then eliminated in succession Oberyn, Kodama, and Kobold.
Yeah.
Fire Ant would then be quickly dispatched by Hollow Wicked.
Yes.
And then Jigsaw would eliminate your boy Ophidian. But then
Sorry, I kind of like Jigsaw.
Missile Assault Man, the wild card of Dasher's squad, would then eliminate both Jigsaw and Icarus back to back.
Yeah.
Hollow Wicked, not being thwarted by an ant, would eliminate Missile Assault Man as well, leaving Dasher by himself against Mark Angelicetti and Hollow Wicked. Dasher did end up eliminating his step-cousin-in-law, Mark Angelicetti, before finally eliminating Hollow Wicked and being the sole winner of the Cybernetico 2016.
Good job, Dasher.
After the match, Ophidian retrieved the Eye of Tyr from Nazmantis, breaking him of the being the vessel of Nas Muldoon, and then Ultramantis Black chased Hollow Wicked out of the ring.
Yeah, he, for the first time since the beginning of the year, stood up from his wheelchair, got in, and said the words that we remember so fondly from Delirious, is, "I remember everything," and then chased Hollow Wicked away.
So, Ultramantis up and walking around.
Yeah. So now the question is, are we going to get a passing of the vessel? Is someone else going to become Nas Muldoon? What does this mean for the Hexed Men?
Who knows?
We'll have to wait until season 17. In January
2017. That's it for results.
That is it for results.
You got a couple news.
I do got some news. I got some sad news and I got some interesting news. We're gonna start with the sad news. We talked about Vader last week or the week before, I think, about his unfortunate heart condition where he's only got about 2 years to live. Unfortunately, another Hall of Fame or a Hall of Famer. Please put Vader in the Hall of Fame this year.
Do it, you dumb fucks.
But Hall of Famer Jimmy Snuka has been diagnosed with terminal stomach cancer and unfortunately only has about 6 months to live. So that's, I mean, he's been dealing with a lot of health issues for a while now, and he is in his 70s. So it's not looking too good for him. So we hope that it's not too painful, but I can only imagine what stomach cancer feels like. So
yeah.
Also, some interesting news. We did have Ring of Honor has kind of been on the sites for WWE, picking up some new people as of late. And 3 of the names that were on that list of early 2017 draftees were the Young Bucks and Adam Cole. The Young Bucks have officially re-signed with ROH and New Japan, so they are officially off. But it should be noted that Adam Cole is still on WWE's radar. And with people like Roderick Strong heading over to WWE, I wouldn't be surprised to see Adam Cole head over there, especially now that he's not the ROH champion anymore.
Yeah.
So we'll see where that ends up going. Speaking of Ring of Honor, Cody Rhodes. This is more for the nerdy fans out there. Cody Rhodes wants to be part of Marvel's new Inhumans show. If you guys are fans of the DC shows, he was actually on Arrow earlier this season, which was a pretty cool role. But he wants to play the character Black Bolt. He's really he's pushing for more of these TV spots. So
it's smart.
It'd be cool to see, and he's a total nerd, so it'd be cool to see him on a show.
It's good branding to keep your name out there,
Absolutely.
Not just in professional wrestling. I mean, look at The Rock. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Maybe on a little bit bigger of a scale. Like, here, let's have a small role in this movie, have a small role in that movie. Eventually, it landed him the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
And now he's in every other movie.
He is the biggest Hollywood star.
Sexiest man alive.
Yeah. So good for
Most
Cody
electrifying
Rhodes.
man in sports and entertainment.
Yeah.
Did you know he had his own championship belt that never made it to TV?
Really?
The Brahma Bull belt. The Smoking Skull belt.
That never... I thought that did.
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Never made it to TV. It's sitting in the WWE archives in a briefcase.
Wow. I'm surprised he doesn't have it. All right, speaking of people that are going to WWE, we talked about Steve Corino getting signed. He's going to be training at the Performance Center. As of now, a lot of people have been asking him when does he start? So his last official commentary gig was Final Battle. He's got a few more dates that he's going to do with New Japan, and then should be starting with WWE soon after that. But, things can change. They know that he's trying to finish up the B.J. Whitmer, Kevin Sullivan storyline, so they might let him do a couple more dates in Ring of Honor. Not totally sure on that, but eventually he will be making his way.
Fingers crossed he joins the NXT commentary team.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's something you and I were talking about the other day, that he might take Corey Graves' spot. Yeah. Since Corey Graves is doing Raw and 205 Live. So that would be fantastic. Please do that.
Yeah.
Another quick thing. We talked about WrestleCon last week. I talked about how Eddie Kingston's going to be going against Masato Tanaka. Holy shit. Also, AR Fox has put out a open challenge for a 8-man or an 8-person ladder scramble match. And 4 spots other than AR Fox have been announced. It should be noted that about a month ago, Phoenix was supposed to be part of it, but he's been pulled from it.
Huh.
But we do have Leo Rush, we have Matt Cross, we have Andrew Everett, and we have Trevor Lee.
Dang.
With 3 spots left
Spot
to be filled.
gaze.
Yeah, 3 spots left to be filled in that match. But yeah, if you're going to WrestleCon, holy shit, it's going to be fun.
I'm going just for King versus Tanaka.
Yeah. And one more.
Gosh, you keep it laying it on, man.
This was something that I had to talk about just
the
because...
grand finale.
Before I get to a little update on the World Tag League.
Yeah.
So a year ago, we saw the first video of Joey Ryan using his body to his benefit and flipping a man with his penis.
The U-Born Flex.
Yes. Well, Joey Ryan had a match in it was at Hood Slam against a female wrestler known as Pizza Cat. In the match...
Hold on.
Yeah, let it sink in. I couldn't even find a picture of this woman, just so you know. It was just a lot of graphics of pizza and cats.
Pizza cat?
Yep, pizza cat. No, I'm not. It's, apparently she's played by Shotzi Blackheart. I've never heard of that name either. But...
Pizza cat.
But...
Alright.
Pizza cat forced Joey Ryan to tap out with her vagina.
Alright.
I felt like that was something that needs to be shared with the world.
Congratulations, Pizza Cat.
And finally, before I let you talk about your upcoming shows, we have an update in the World Tag League. We'll actually be getting the finals next week, so I'll be able to let you know who won the tournament next weekend. But currently in Bracket A, we have a tie for 8 points. We have Tenzan and Kojima with 8 points, and we have the Gorillas of Destiny with 8 points. Tied with 6, we have Rush and Naito, and we have War Machine. Then 3 teams with 4 points, we have Brian Breaker and Leland Race. We have Paige and Takahashi, and we have Tanahashi and Juice Robinson. And then still with no points, we have Hinare and Nakanishi.
They're just giving up at this point?
They might be.
They're just laying down for everyone?
It's even more sad in Bracket B. In Bracket B, we have 1 team with 8 points, and that is Hiroki Goto and Tomohiro Ishii. Tied with 6 points, we have 4 teams. We have Kazuchika Okada and Yoshihashi, Evil and Sonata, Shibata Nagata,
yeah,
and Billy Gunn and Yoshitatsu. Oh, no, I take that back. Billy Gunn and Yoshitatsu have 4.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Confidence.
But they're tied with Chase Owens and Kenny Omega, and with 0 points is Bad Luck Fale and Bone Soldier.
Guys, you really missed the boat on Captain New Japan by renaming him Captain Bullet Club.
That would have won you more points, apparently, according to Kevin Hawk.
They would be leading the bracket with 14 points by now. That's right. They would have won more points than possible at this point.
That's it for news. That means it's time for upcoming shows. Sure, what happened there? What you got?
I was letting you do most of that since I have all the shows.
Yeah.
This Saturday, on the 10th of December, CZW brings us their final show of the year. And what a finale they always like to go out on. Yeah. Cage of Death. This is Cage of Death 18.
That's ridiculous.
That's a lot of Cage of Deaths that have happened.
A lot of deaths.
We're going to have Greg Excellent versus Homicide at the show. Shane Strickland versus Desmond Xavier. Leo Rush versus Sami Callihan. Danny Havoc versus Ricky Shane Page. EYFBO challenged the Hit Squad for the CCW Tag Championships. Joe Gacy versus Jonathan Gresham. And then
That's for the championship, right?
For the CCW Championship.
Good luck with that one.
And then in the Cage of Death main event, 8-man tag action. Drew Blood, Devin Moore, Marcus Crane, or Josh Crane, Matt Crane. One of the Cranes. Josh Crane, I think. Marcus Crane. I don't remember now. It's a Crane.
Look at the graphics up.
And Dale Patricks versus Connor Claxton, Joey Janela, Jeff Cannonball, and Matt Tremont. Those are 4 guys I don't want to be on the opposing side of Cage of Death against.
That side is way
I don't care how tough Drew Blood and Dale Patricks and any of the other people can be.
That team I
don't care if Devin Moore was a member of the Nation of Intoxication. I'm just saying right now, Matt Tremont, how dominant was he in the last 2 years? Joey Janela is a badass. Jeff Cannonball is a badass. Connor Claxton dominating the deathmatch tournaments. Maybe not winning them all, but making a name for himself.
Yeah.
Woo! They've got their work cut out for them. Also, on the same day, in Queens, New York, we have Evolve 74.
What?
A lot of people going to be there, but only 2 matches announced thus far. There's a special challenge match as Cody, formerly known as Cody Rhodes,
yes,
formerly known as Stardust, will take on Ethan Page.
All right.
And Chris Hero will take on Dick motherfucking Togo.
It's like these old Japanese guys are just deciding they want to make a comeback this year.
Yeah, for real. Absolutely. A lot of other people supposed to be on the show, though. The tag champions, Tracy Williams, Fred Yehi. Drew Gulak's going to be there. I think Tony Nese is supposed to be there.
Probably Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle's supposed to be there. Jeff Cobb is supposed to be on those shows. And did I mention Dick Togo?
Bro,
did you know he was a founding member of Kaientai?
I'm pretty sure Dick Togo is going to be at the show.
What?
Yeah.
All right. On Sunday the 11th, we're going to head over to Melrose, Massachusetts for not one but two shows.
What?
The first of which is from Beyond Wrestling presenting Overnight Sensation. We're going to have Jeff Cobb is going to be there. The Hit Squad are going to be there. Then we're going to have Kimberly versus Lufisto. Jordan Grace and Deonna Purrazzo versus Taylor Hendricks and Alexis. Chuck O'Neal versus Chris Dickinson in sort of a grudge match. Matt Riddle versus Dan Barry. Dan Barry, please, for the love of all things, holy foley, shut his bro face up. AR Fox takes on Joey Janela. Jaka takes on Cruiserweight Classic standout Sean Maluda.
All right.
Chris Hero takes on John Silver. Jonathan Gresham goes against Ricochet.
Oh, hell yeah.
The Spirit Squad are in tag team action against EYFBO.
Wow.
And Brian Fury will face Donovan Dijak.
All right.
And then Evolve 75 is going to be emanating from the same arena, and I didn't write down any of the matches for it. On Evolve 75, there's going to be a tag team match. Darby Allin and Peter Casa, what the hell, take on Chris Dickinson and Jaka. And Ricochet, please, for the love of all things Lucha Underground, shut the bro mouth of Matt Riddle.
Yeah, man. All for Ricochet.
Please. Please, Ricochet. Do it. Kick him right in the teeth.
Kick him in the ding-ding.
Kick him in the ding-ding. Also scheduled to appear at that show, all the regular Evolve folk, and Chris Hero, and Jeff Cobb, and Dick fucking Togo.
Well, and it's the entire, anyone who's in Beyond Wrestling will be there too.
Pretty much, because they're coming from the same arena,
like 5 hours apart.
Probably an hour apart.
Yeah.
From like when one stops.
Whenever one ends. So.
Yeah. So if you're in Melrose, Massachusetts, that's a good place to be if you want to see some hot wrestling action.
Yeah, go to those shows.
On Sunday.
Do it.
Do it.
But for now, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click all the links down in the description. There's lots of them.
Lots of links.
There's all of our links, which are usually there.
Social medias. Abound.
And the podcast link where you can listen to this.
Follow me on Snapchat.
Because you can, because it's down there. But yeah, there's this review and then our usual ones all in podcast form on SoundCloud.
That's Raw and SmackDown, 205 Live, Lucha Underground, and NXT.
Those ones. But the most important links are the ones at the top of the description because they talk about all the people that we just got done talking about.
So many people. ChikaraPro.com.
We got BeyondWrestlingOnline.net.
CZW or CZWrestling.com.
HouseOfHardcore.net.
You don't go to .com.
No, because you get
That's NSFW.
We warned you.
You gonna go there anyways?
It's down there for a reason. We're trying to help you.
Yeah.
Don't spam.
Just click the link.
But there's that, and there's way more. And we want to add more based on your suggestions.
We do.
If you
Simon thinks for emphasis.
If you got a favorite, if you've got a local that you want talked about, send us Facebooks, websites, YouTubes, any type of place where we can get information and see what they got going on. Because if we like it, we'll give them a shout out and you a shout out.
Yeah, you get the shout out.
Yeah.
For giving them a shout out.
Also, for other videos, because you don't get all the videos in podcast form. You will this week because there's really no extra videos this week. We already did all of our extra videos. Oh, no, actually, I take that back.
TLC review.
Well, our TLC review, which will only be in video form, so you want to subscribe over here.
Yeah.
But for our YouTubier stuff, you want to go over to Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
That's reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling. Where you get YouTube your stuff, like unboxings and ranting videos and discussion videos. And
are you going to see one of us get chopped by a professional wrestler?
Yeah.
We're up in the ante. We're doing double or nothing because he doesn't want to get chopped. He wants me to get chopped, but I want him to get chopped. So now each match is going to be worth 2 chops.
Somebody's getting chopped. Maybe both of us. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. It's not TLC yet.
I'm not a professional wrestler.
Fuck Matt Riddle.